Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. This is probably the best leaks video, revamp information that you're ever gonna see. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys see the title and thumbnail. We might get a new update soon. We might get an update before the revamp comes out, which sounds insane because who would have thought? Listen, you guys are probably like, JoJewyd, whoa, where the heck did you get this info? Where did you hear this? Ladies and gentlemen, I got some new information from the devs talking about potentially updating and adding some of the new revamp cars before they actually come in the revamp. Okay, now before this video starts, let's try and get 500 likes. Okay, let's try and get 500 likes on this video. I know we could do it. You guys have been showing so much support lately. Let's get 500 likes. Anyways, let's dive into the video and let's go ahead and take a look at this information because it also relates to BMWs. Okay, so over here, ladies and gentlemen, it all started with Kai saying, yo, what is up, guys? It is JoJewyd back with the video. Anyways, he did like the iconic intro right out of nowhere. Shout out to Kai. And then as we could see right here, there was a little bit of some chatting going on, right? Someone said low-key, even just adding more fictional vehicles to the game, like what they did with the Huracan or something. Like they were saying, like, honestly, I think it will, any fresh content will help. Basically, like reviving the game because it's kind of dead, right? And as we can see right here, Kai went on to say, oh, this guy also said fiending for the CT5V. For anybody who don't know what the CT5V, if we actually go right here to the Trillo, is absolutely beautiful. Hopefully we get this. Imagine if we got it before the revamp. But anyways, going back over here, ladies and gentlemen, Kai went on to say, I don't want to pull anything from the revamp launch, considering the car list is still a fraction of ideal. But you're probably right. Oh my God, this could be huge. This could be huge. This could be huge. Okay, because he's now acknowledging, and take in mind, I've been saying this, dude, this game should have been updating. They should have just been adding 2 cars, 3 cars. Bro, look at Driving Empire for an example. They add like 2 cars to 5 to 6 to 7, like 6-7 cars every week, right? In Driving Empire, which isn't that much. And imagine if Southwest Florida added like 3 cars a month, bro. And they could have just kept working on the revamp and add more cars, and the game would have been so lit. So many people would have been driving fictionals. It would have been dope. We saw how good the Huracan is. I see so many people driving this car. Anyways, I'm yapping. Let's go back into this. But I just want to say the Huracan, such a good fictional. I still use it to this day. So many people still use it to this day. Going back into the leak, though, he said he doesn't want to pull anything from the revamp, considering that there's not going to be that many cars on the release. Now, there's still going to be a lot, but it's not going to be a huge list. Moving on to the next, as we can see right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is where things get interesting. And as we can see, the message after said, but yeah, I'm not concerned about how it's going to perform post revamp, given the fact that it's held a surprisingly decent amount of concurrent players within 2 years of nothing. And then he said, yeah. And then he went on to say, honestly, just give us the Challenger and the Jeep or something, like just slap a body or just slap the body on the old chassis, something like that. And then vouched right here. So for example, they're talking about like the cars in the dealership. If we actually make our way over to the dealership, as you guys know, there's some cars, right? There's the Challenger, there's the Lamborghini, which we already have, and then there's the Jeep. What if they gave us this Hellcat, bro? The Hellcat's clearly finished. They just need to put a chassis on it. They could literally bro, I don't think, yo, to the people watching, it's so easy for them to add this car. I'm not even kidding. All they could literally do is rip the sounds off of this car. They could literally take the sound. Take a listen to this. They could take this sound, okay, slap it on this car, and then take the same chassis and slap it on this car and give it to us, dude. And then they just have to do the lighting if it's not done already. That's literally it. And we can have this car in the game. For anybody wondering how I know this, I'm actually making a Roblox car game, and like I've been working on like car development, so I've learned like a lot about it and all that stuff, right? And like I'm not even kidding, bro. They could actually just like, they could literally just slap this chassis on that car. And if anybody is interested with, you know, finding out what my game is, it's actually called Yonge Street, Ontario. The link will be down below. As we can see, this is the Discord for my game. The link will be down below. First link in the description. We're also adding a McLaren F1 GTR. The game's not out yet, but stay tuned, okay? Join the Discord. Anyways, going back into the Southwest Florida information, okay, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the next post, we found this. So we could see one of the guys said, because that's already content we've been exposed to in the game, we just can't use it. I get that it's different, given we still have existing Jeeps and Mopars, etc., but it would still at least be something. Then Kai went on to say that Jeep probably will not, it has the world's most detailed underbody, and not to incorporate the suspension flex would be a waste. I guess it would make more sense to add stuff that was removed, like the Hondas and the Chevys. Maybe we will add the R3/R4. Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen. He literally just said, maybe we will add the BMW M3 and the BMW M4. Like, this is before the revamp comes out. Literally before the revamp comes out. Dude, that's insane. Imagine we get the fictional. For anybody who doesn't know what the R3 or the R4 is, it's this car right here. This right here. This is the R4 Touring, okay? This is the R4 right here. And this is the R3. This is the car that we drove in the testing. And they literally just, or Kai, the developer, literally just confirmed it that maybe we get this. Maybe. Now, for anybody wondering, it's not like actually like confirmed, but like I'm saying, like maybe it's been confirmed, like, you know what I'm trying to say. And for anybody wondering, they said they're not going to add the Jeep because of oh my god, look at the holy smokes. Wait a second, did anybody else notice this? What the heck? I knew it was detailed, but I never really like, no, you see the whole engine, like the bottom of the engine here. Okay, yeah, I understand why they probably would not decide to add this due to the fact that you could see the whole spring and everything, you know, details on a whole nother level. Look at the back right here, the brake disc, oh my god, you can even see the exhaust muffler. Bro, this is insane. Oh my god, yeah, they're probably not gonna add this until the revamp comes out. Let's be honest with you. Fully modeled drive shaft is wild. Nah, seriously. Detail on a whole nother level. That makes me just want to take a look under everything else. I mean, oh, wow. Dude, I can't believe it. These cars have been in the game for almost a year and I never looked underneath them. I'm actually very impressed. I'm not gonna lie to you right now. Like, I always notice like they have body lines, which is super realistic because these cars, you know, if you guys haven't noticed, they don't really have body lines. But yeah, same with this Jeep right here, y'all. Super detailed. Like, insanely detailed. I never looked under this, dude. I feel like such a L-mans for never looking underneath this, seriously. But dude, this is sick right here. Look at all of this, bro. Like, look at all of this detail right here. This is insane. The 3D rims. Oh my god, what the heck? How does one even do that? I'm about to daily the Touring. He didn't say anything about the Touring. I just want to point that out. He mentioned, oh, let me look at it one more time. He mentioned maybe we'll do the R3/R4, which is the M3. He didn't say anything about the Touring. And then one more image, ladies and gentlemen. He said, yeah, just slap the old chassis on it. And then Kai said it will be getting some work to up the quality on it before the revamp launch, since it was one of the first actual good fictionals. And then bro said, what do you mean? And then Kai said, Steven, aka a car modeler, said has a bad habit of scope creep. And then bro said, cue the JoJewyd drift compilation YouTube shorts. We might just be drifting. Well, shout out to JDM. Seriously, shout out to JDM for drifting me around every lease video almost. Dude, seriously, shout out to JDM. But yo, ladies and gentlemen, this is insane. So there's a chance we can actually see the fictional M3 and M4 in the current version of Southwest Florida. Please, any devs watching, please do this. So many people want BMW. We need an update before the revamp comes out. Seriously, dude, just give us a little bit of stuff. Southwest Florida, I promise you it will be worth it, bro. You guys will get more players. It's not that hard. You guys can take the sounds, the chassis, and just put it on the new car, do the lighting on it, and it's ready to go. Comment down below yes or no if you think Southwest Florida will update one more time before the revamp comes out. And go watch this video popping up on the screen where I show you guys this new Roblox update will save Southwest Florida. It was absolutely a banger. You won't want to miss it. Anyways, peace.